Welcome to the first episode of Behind the Breeze. I'm audience editor Madeline Vinak, and my first guest is our news director for TV, Alexa Bonilla.
Hey.
Hey. So we're not really making history. I guess we've had another podcast for the Breeze, but is this the first Breeze TV podcast?
I think this is the first Breeze TV podcast. I think in previous years it's been like sports-based
Yeah.
podcasts. So
Yeah.
I think you are making history in a way. So that's good.
Well, it's good to have you here. I'm really glad. I know you have a really busy schedule. News director is like no joke.
Yeah.
Hard.
It,
Yeah.
it, it can be a lot sometimes, but it's all worth it at the end of the day. So
Yeah.
I'm enjoying it.
What does your day-to-day look like?
My day-to-day, constant text messages. I'm
Mhm.
always texting reporters. I'm always texting Lauren, the executive producer. Like, she's probably the person I text the most just about, like, is this happening for the show? What do we wanna do? What do we want the live shots to be? What do we want things to look like? So I text her a lot.
Yeah.
I have meetings with, our advisor and Eleanor, who's the editor-in-chief of The Breeze. So just meetings, constantly thinking about the breeze, constantly updating or talking to
I can
reporters
see
about
that.
updates for their stories and just making sure everything runs smoothly. I'm constantly thinking about Breeze
Yeah.
TV.
Yeah. I think we were in the office like a week ago, and I just heard you like from my desk being like, yeah, I was like fall break and breeze, breeze, breeze.
Mhm.
Like, and yeah,
Yeah, fall break is a break from school, and it gives me the time to start thinking
yeah.
about Breeze TV more.
Yeah. And like, I mean, for me, I know that it's almost like breeze, school, and the overlap is crazy, but, it's still, like, for whatever reason, you're thinking about the breeze, and you're
Mhm.
like, "I still have this paper due on Thursday, and
Right.
we have a show on Friday." So, how do you
Yes.
kinda deal with that?
It can be a lot, but I think something that helps me balance it is not living with people who are in Breeze TV
Yeah.
or in the Breeze in journalism at all. I think it
Yeah.
gives me like a good separation because we spend so much time together, which I love our time
Well,
together.
yeah.
But I think I do
Yeah,
need a
for the
break
most part,
from
yeah.
Breeze stuff sometimes. So
Yeah.
I think living with non-Breeze people, non-journalism people really helps.
Yeah.
Um, and just taking time for myself. I feel like this year I've really found a good balance between being news director, but also being a friend and also
Yeah.
being just like myself and having some alone time. My class schedule this year has been super flexible and amazing. I have
Yeah.
lots of breaks where I can get my work done and then think about the breeze.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, like not the studio, but the office is like second home.
Yes,
Most
it is.
nights it's
It's
like
so
you have
comfy.
a pair of extra slippers. Like I have a pair of extra
Yes.
slippers. Like I'm napping in my little like couch area while we're like all waiting to get to the meetings. Like it's really like no joke when it
Yeah.
comes to how much time we all spend together. Like that's
Mm.
truly like I can't imagine that there is a newsroom that like does stuff like that, like,
Yeah. I
you
think it
know?
helps bond us, and I think that's why we're such an
Yeah,
amazing team because we all
yeah,
are really good friends,
yeah,
but also, like, it is a lot of time, but it's nice to have somewhere where you can call, like, your second home. It's
yeah,
nice to have that food on Wednesdays and be
yeah.
there with the print staff and to have, like, a place where I can relax with my, like, pink string lights
Yeah,
and, like,
yeah,
my on-air sign and my
yeah,
comfy couch, like, I love being there,
yeah.
even though we are there a
A
lot,
lot,
like,
yeah. I mean,
it's
it's not
fun.
so bad,
Right, it's
like,
not
we're
awful,
not
like,
there
we're
all the
having
time,
fun,
yeah.
like, my mom was super concerned about, like, how much time I was spending at the
Yeah,
Breeze office,
yeah,
but then I took her there, and she saw that we have, like, the air hockey table
yeah,
and,
it's not
like,
bad.
how silly we are, like, Eleanor and I were running around singing Hamilton.
Yeah.
Like, it's a
I mean,
lot
we
of
have a lot
work.
of goof around moments,
Right,
we
but
really do.
it's so fun,
Yeah,
so
it is fun. I have, like, a lot of I mean, from the blooper reel
right.
last year we do a blooper reel every year for people who don't know. Um, it's it's just, like, fun looking over all of that
Mm,
footage where we're not, like, so locked in and we're, like, just, like, hanging out and having a good time. I mean, like,
exactly.
yeah, and, like, we've all come out of it with, like, such good, like, friendships, some of
Mhm.
us relationships, but, like
Oh,
but,
that's
like
for a different
yeah, that's a
podcast.
different podcast, but entirely there is like we could do a whole segment on, the inner relations of not like that, but
The
like the
friendships,
friendships and,
definitely.
like how print and TV and how like who knows who on what just because, like it's not always like, there's not always a ton of overlap, but, like,
Right.
we do have, like, TV and print people who are so close,
Right.
and it is like a little family, like, it's
It
cool,
is.
you
It
know?
is a family,
Yeah.
definitely, and I think that's one of the biggest changes I've seen throughout my
Yeah.
time
Yeah.
in Breeze TV. I think Breeze TV has always been a family, but, like,
Yeah.
my freshman year, we didn't really associate with the print side of the Breeze, and I think before that, things were kind of rough
Yeah.
because Breeze TV came in when the Breeze was already, like, 100 years old, so it was
Yeah.
like it was established, and so this new thing, like, Breeze TV came around in, like, 2017, 2018, and it was 2017, definitely.
Yeah.
But yeah, 10-year anniversary coming
Yeah.
up soon, which is
That
crazy.
is crazy.
Um, but it came about and, I lost my train of thought.
No, you're good. It's about
Yeah,
the
I
like, how we started
yeah,
and the intermingling of, like, print and
yeah.
TV, you
So
know?
when I first joined Breeze TV,
Yeah.
like, print and TV weren't really, like, associating, but they had
Mhm.
this position called executive editor, which was supposed to, like, bond both
Yeah. I
sides
didn't
and,
really know
like
that.
yeah,
Yeah.
so there was always beef, I think, between print and TV, like, I've talked to alums and they've
Yeah.
talked about it, and we would edit for TV in
Yeah.
Harrison, not the Breeze office. So my sophomore year,
Mhm.
we started editing in the Breeze
Yeah.
office, and then that's when things started to get better because, like, we started getting further removed from, like, that previous, like, beef and whatever issues they had,
Yeah.
um and I think it's all about, like, what you're taught, like, people today are taught that print and TV collaborate, print and TV get
Yeah.
along,
Yeah.
and so now that's something that's just being taught and, like, passed down for
Yeah.
generation to generation, and so
Mhm.
I think that's something that's gonna stick, but if you're
Yeah.
taught to hate, like or
Yeah.
taught to, like, "Oh,
Yeah.
we need better stories," or, like, whatever
Yeah, if you're taught it's a
competitiveness, like
rivalry, it will
right,
become a
it will become a
rivalry. Yeah,
rivalry.
versus, like,
Um
just being like, "We get along." Like and that
exactly.
is true, like,
Yeah.
Landon and Hannah, both of the editors on print
Mhm.
are in my 210 class, and we literally were just, like, yapping in the hallway, like, right before we
Exactly.
came into film, like
Yeah, it's really
yeah,
amazing to, like, see that change and see, like, now we
yeah,
don't even have an executive editor
yeah,
because when Eleanor and I got chosen for these roles, at the end of our sophomore
yeah,
year, like, we were just really good friends, we
yeah,
worked well together, and I feel like we're seeing a different level of collaboration
yeah,
between the staff now, like, we're in the Breeze office together, like, we're having a great time, and there's friendships that overlap between print and
yeah.
TV, which is something that I don't think would have happened, like, a few years ago,
No,
so it's
yeah.
amazing to see that change.
Yeah, and I came in, like, during that a little
Right.
bit, but yeah, and that's a good segue into kind of how you've had this position for
Mhm.
2 years.
Yeah.
That's pretty big.
It
Like, that
is.
is really big because I
Yeah.
mean, we get 4 years, you know,
Yeah.
like, that's a
Yeah,
lot of
half of my
time.
college career
Yeah.
I've been doing this.
Yeah, and it kinda you start to feel it, but, you
Mhm.
know, like, I mean, you've been doing a great job. That's
Thank
me,
you.
but,
I
like,
appreciate
yeah,
it.
you have been doing a really great job. Is there anything that maybe you wish you would've known, though, when you started?
Ooh, that's a
I know
crazy
that's hard,
question.
but
Um, honestly, I can't think of anything off the top of my
yeah,
head. I think I've learned so much in the role, and I think I went into it knowing,
yeah,
um, I knew that it was gonna be a challenge, and it definitely has been, and I knew that relationships and friendships change once you get into a
yeah.
position of power because you go from being an equal and a friend to being a boss and a
Mhm.
friend. So I think that's a difficult transition, but also, like, I think it's gone pretty well, like, there's definitely been some hiccups,
Yeah,
um, but I don't regret any of the decisions I've made,
yeah,
um, I think some things maybe could have been handled better by multiple
yeah,
parties, but, I think everything has gone super smoothly, and
yeah,
honestly, I'm really proud of, like, what I've done, in
yeah.
this amount of
I
time.
mean, there's so many things, like, in hindsight, you're like, I mean, even my position, I'm like, "Oh,
Mhm.
I wish I would've done that differently," but,
Right.
you know, like, at the end of the day, like, nothing's broken. Like,
Right,
we're
everything turned
all
out for the
yeah,
best, I think.
everything ended up totally fine. We're in such a great I mean, we are in really a great spot right now.
Right.
Like, in my opinion, I think
Yeah,
this is a pretty strong staff, and
I
I think it'll
I
get
agree.
stronger
I think it
with
will too, like, the
yeah,
retention this year with, like, the freshmen is something
crazy.
that
Yeah,
I have never experienced before, like, my freshman year, I came to the first Breeze TV
yeah,
show, like, 80 people from my SMAD 101 class came, and
yeah,
I am the one who stayed. Like,
yeah,
I am the one reporter who stayed,
yeah,
and to just see it shift now, we have so many people who want to, like, get
yeah,
involved, who are staying involved. These freshmen are doing packages a week,
yeah,
like that was not something that was
That wasn't something I was doing. Are
yeah,
you
that's not
kidding?
something
Like
that I was doing as a
yeah,
freshman
no,
either. I didn't do
absolutely
my
not.
first package
Yeah.
until the end of, the fall semester. Like,
Yeah.
it was the last show before winter break, and I did my first package. But I was doing VOSOTs a week. I started a social media segment. Like,
Yeah, like
I
you were doing
I
other
I was doing
things,
stuff,
but,
but,
like, packages and doing consistent news is
right,
totally different ballgame.
right, and
Like
also just, like, the level of
yeah,
their filming and writing,
yeah,
it's amazing.
yeah. For people who maybe don't know, what do you do? Like, that's, like, a weird question,
Yeah,
but, like, not everyone does news, not everyone
yeah,
has maybe the position of news I mean, you usually have a news director, but it might
right.
be called something different, like
Yeah. So as news director, I review all of our scripts,
mhm.
all of our stories for Breeze TV before they go on the air. And I just make sure everything runs smoothly.
Yeah.
Like I said earlier, texting reporters, making sure um, they're getting their stories done, making sure everything's still fitting in the show, keeping in contact with like our anchors, executive producer, our audience editor, making sure
Yeah.
everything's running smoothly and
Yeah.
working the way that I think it should. And yeah, just making sure everything's happening, making
Yeah.
sure people are kind of happy and
At least, yeah,
not overworking
functioning. Yeah.
people, just thinking about all of that and also, new ideas like a podcast
Yeah.
and
Yeah,
yeah,
well,
that's kinda like
this, yeah.
the main gist, but it's a really interesting balance because although, like, I'm news director and I'm running a news station, like, I'm still learning.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
I didn't have a journalism program in high school, so
yeah.
my only journalism experience has been through Breeze TV and, like, SMAD,
Mhm.
so this is like, I'm still learning things too,
Yeah,
so
yeah. Well, I mean, I think that's where you and I are kind of similar. Like, I did
yeah.
not have a journalism
Mm-mm. I had
anything in high school,
nothing.
like literally nothing. You were my mentor when I first came
Oh,
in. So
yeah.
like you and
Yes.
Abby and then like Kayla, like
Mhm.
all of you guys were basically like, this is my duckling now, like go flock,
Yep.
like yeah, I think I mean it's special to like kind of learn from like you guys and
Yeah.
now you're here with me, which is kind of
It
crazy.
is
But
crazy.
yeah, it's just yeah, it's weird like coming in and knowing nothing and then all of a
Yes.
sudden like I mean, it's gotten a lot better now, but we were
Right.
kind of like thrown in and just been like, "Hey,
Yes.
sink or swim." Like,
That was
yeah.
definitely the vibe back
Yeah,
then. It
yeah.
was just like they would say like, "Oh, yeah, I just got thrown into the fire," so they would kinda throw you
Yeah.
into the fire, and I think I had a lot of great mentorship too when I
Yeah.
first started Breeze TV, like Kayla and Zoe,
Yeah.
Maggie, they were all
They were
super
great.
amazing. They took me out on so many stories and, like,
Mhm.
helped me, but also, like, at the time, I was the only person, so I feel like everyone poured into me, which, like, really helped me. Like, I
Yeah,
think that
that is
really
helpful.
just gave me a boost,
Yeah.
so
I mean, I had a good crew, like, that
yes.
stayed, like, some of them are, with us
Mhm.
today, but,
Yeah,
yeah, it definitely, like, helps having that support system when
yeah.
you're first starting. Um, but you've done, like, internships and stuff
Yes, I
since
have.
then, so you've gotten,
Yeah,
a lot of experience from that too. Are you
definitely.
scared to graduate?
Um, I wouldn't say scared,
Okay.
definitely a little anxious, but
Yeah.
I'm really proud of the experience that I've had
Yeah.
through Breeze TV and also through the 2 internships I've had. I interned at Wavy TV 10 in the Hampton Roads area, and that was a great experience to shadow and be in a real newsroom, and that's also, like, my home television station that I
Yeah.
watched my whole life, so just meeting the people behind, like, those newscasts and getting to work with them was a really incredible experience, and then I also covered the Democratic and Republican national conventions
Mhm.
that year
Yeah.
too, so that really helped me interviewing delegates, turning stories in a day, getting all of that practice in, and then last summer, I interned at WHSV where I got to MMJ,
Mhm.
anchor, produce, report. Like, I did a little
Yeah,
bit of
like,
everything,
literally everything.
which was such an amazing experience. So I do feel prepared. But I think the big question is like, where am I gonna go? Like,
Yeah.
literally nothing's off the table right now. So I'm excited, but it's like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna be like a real adult.
Yeah, I'm surprised we don't have, like, a running bet of, like, like, where you're gonna get, like,
Yeah, I
for
have
lack of a
no
better word,
clue right
drafted
now. Yeah,
to.
no, literally, and
Yeah.
it does feel like the draft a little
Yeah,
bit.
right? It's like, well, there's, like, a lot of places, but, like, you
Yeah,
never know what's, like, available or, like,
exactly.
anything, but,
Yeah.
yeah, well, I'm glad you're not too scared I mean,
Yeah,
not too scared.
I think a
It's gonna be
healthy
a
amount. Yeah,
adjustment, yeah, and
definitely.
we've talked to, like, people who have already graduated and,
Yes.
it definitely always sounds like a little bit of
Mhm.
adjustment, Is there anything, this is kind of a weird question, but is there anything that you think you would be doing if you didn't end up picking journalism? Yeah.
I have no idea because I have literally wanted to do this since like day one. Um, I I mean, there were other things that I talked about doing when I was like a kid,
Yeah.
but I wanted to be an actress for a while. I
Yeah.
did like lots of theater in middle school, high school. Um, but when I got interviewed by a reporter from CBS News when I was like 11 years old, it was like 10 years
Yeah.
ago now. Um, like that made me want to do journalism like for real. I didn't even know what journalism was, but I was like, "Oh, this is fun. Like I can be on TV, I can wear
Yeah.
like cute dresses."
Yeah.
But then so like I told people like that's what I wanted to do. And then
Yeah.
when I got to JMU, that's when I got to experience what journalism actually is and the storytelling and the talking to people and things like that. And that like really made me want to do it. So honestly, I don't imagine myself
Yeah.
doing anything else. So
Yeah.
yeah.
No, I mean, that's kind of what I expected. Like, I've
Yeah.
seen that clip of you getting interviewed.
Yeah.
I forget where we played that. We played it during something.
I'm sure we've talked about it. I also posted
Yeah.
it, like, on
Oh, I
TikTok
think
over the
maybe you
summer.
posted it. That's probably where I
Yeah.
saw it. But yeah, I remember seeing that and being like, that's so Alexa. Like, that makes so much sense.
Yeah, this is, like,
Yeah.
literally everything I've, like, wanted,
Yeah.
like, for my life. Like, I wanted to do journalism, so
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, you do a good job.
Thank
You do
you.
a great job, actually.
appreciate
Yeah,
it.
absolutely. I can't
Yeah.
imagine. I can't imagine you doing anything else.
I can't
To be
imagine it
so
either.
honest. Yeah. Yeah, but so you anchored for a little while,
Yes, I
right?
did.
Yeah, you did like a little bit of anchoring. When was the last time you were behind this desk? Like doing something like this?
2 weeks ago.
You weren't here for the election show, were you?
Uh,
Oh no, it was the day that
I
Abby
anchored,
was out.
on Halloween
Yeah,
because
she was.
Abby got some live view
Yeah.
practice, and I got some anchoring practice,
Yeah, I was
so
gonna say I feel like it was like last year, like the last time I saw you back there. But yeah, it
Nope,
wasn't
it
that
was,
long
like, a
ago.
week ago.
Yeah. Do you like anchoring?
I do like anchoring, yeah.
Yeah.
It's really fun.
Mhm.
So, it's fun to be behind the desk and, like, get to read through all the stories, and it's just a fun time.
Yeah. Is there one thing that like maybe is your favorite thing to do?
Oh,
Like either go
definitely.
on a story or anchor or like something like that.
I love everything. I
Yeah.
love being news director because I get to talk to so many different people and make sure everything's running smoothly, and I get to
Yeah.
have this vision that's fun to, like, execute and collaborate with people on getting it done.
Yeah.
But I love reporting too. I love talking to different people, filming B-roll, writing scripts. Like, I love all of that. But I also do like being behind the desk. I like producing. I like planning the order of the stories and thinking like, whoa, this flows, and like putting it all together. So
Yeah.
I I love everything about this job, honestly.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much for being here with me. I'm gonna close out with like one more question,
Okay.
maybe. If you could sum up, I know this is gonna be hard,
Okay.
but if you could sum up your experience at Breeze in maybe, I'll say 3 words.
Oh,
Do you think you
3? I
can?
don't
3 or
think
5? I'll give you 5. Is that enough?
Yeah. I'm gonna have to think.
Yeah. It doesn't have to be like a sentence.
I
Just
feel
say,
like
5 random words.
all the words that I know have just like left my
Yeah.
head.
No, that's okay. I put you on the spot.
I would say, like friendships. I'm gonna have to elaborate.
Yeah.
Sorry.
You can elaborate. Yeah. Go for
Just
it.
like the relationships I've built and
Yeah.
getting to report alongside your best friends
Yeah.
is such an amazing experience. Like,
Yeah.
it's so fun. And I don't think I don't want to say like we're never gonna have that again,
Mhm.
but like I don't think that's something you're gonna find anywhere
Yeah.
else. So I would say getting to do the job you love with the people you love is
Mhm.
amazing.
Yeah. Okay, well, that's the end of the first
Yay.
podcast. Yeah. And since you just can't seem to get enough student journalism content, follow at Breeze JMU or JMU Breeze TV on Instagram, JMU Breeze TV on YouTube, at Behind the Breeze on Spotify, or The Breeze on Facebook. Thank you guys so much for watching or listening. Be sure to follow at least one of those platforms so that you can be the first to know when a new episode of Behind the Breeze airs.